Hey everyone, Dark here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we got some huge news from the developers of Ark Mobile. We have this spring update coming for Ark Mobile and it looks fantastic. Guys, we have a lot to talk about. I haven't done one of these update videos before, but the update was that intriguing and amazing that I needed to make a video on it so you guys could get some of the more detailed scoop of it all. So check it out. We got to talk about the removal of ads coming in this update. We got to talk about a store refresh, which is going to affect it. Trust me. The war on hacks and cheats. New official servers coming into Ark Mobile, including duo servers, which look amazing, by the way. And last but not least, we need to talk about a potential new map. Yes, we are going to be talking about a new map possibility. So make sure you guys watch all the way to the end so you get all of the details. Now really quick before we do get started, my name is Dark. I make a lot of content on Ark Mobile, Ark on PC, different survival related games. If you find yourself enjoying this video, if you find this video helpful whatsoever, please hit that like button. It really help me out. Lets YouTube know that, hey, this video is pretty good. Let me show this video to other viewers. So if you want to support me, if you like the content, hit that like button. It really help me out. Also subscribe if you haven't already. Last but not least, I do stream weekly Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you'd like to see me live, join me there. Anyways, let's go ahead and start talking about the details of the update. So number one, before we even talk about the removal of ad section, the first thing he starts off by saying is, hey, as we approach the 3rd anniversary of Ark Mobile, our team is looking at ways to really set this game up for the long haul. We intend to support this game for many years to come, and there are some changes we need to make so that our relatively small team can support our game more efficiently. Guys, this is huge. And we're going to go into a little more detail on reading between the lines with this, but this means a lot that they are planning on maintaining and supporting this game for years to come and preparing it for the long haul. We're going to talk about that more towards the end. Yes, with regards to the new map, there's more details I have to give with regards to that too, but just remember all this. This is important. All right, next, let's talk about the removal of ads. First up, we are removing all in-game ads from Ark Mobile. Guys, that is huge. A lot of people complain about the ads. If you're not a Primal Pass holder, you get random ads shown to you while you're playing. And that can be really detrimental when you're in the middle of a PvP fight or something important, and all of a sudden you gotta watch an ad. That can really make it or break it for some of you players. In addition to that, usually most players watch ads for Amber. They're taking that away, get rid of the ads. However, capitalize HOWEVER. Supply drops will have 25% chance of granting a small amount of amber to the first player who opens it. Guys, that is huge. That means 1 in 4 supply drops is going to give you amber. And that's also single player and PvE now. It's not just PvP anymore. You guys know what that means? Do you know what that means? 1 in 4 supply drops, amber. When you're looking around the map, there's usually more than just a couple of supply drops on the map. There's usually a good sized handful, if not more, supply drops spread out around the map. Usually nowadays you fly around, you only might stop at the red drops because anything else usually just kind of has junk, doesn't really have that good of gear. But now, one out of 4 times you're gonna get amber. People are gonna be flying from drop to drop, running from drop to drop, trying to get this potential amber. And it sounds like you can do that all day long. They didn't mention a limit to it. Guys, not only does that mean we're probably going to be able to get more amber quicker, but also there's going to be a lot more interactions, a lot more PvP fights because, you know, Juan Gonzalez might be flying to the red drop and also John Smith might be flying to the red drop. Oh, and Jimmy, he's also flying to the red drop. And all of a sudden you all get there, you're like, no, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine. And then you guys start PvPing. Next thing you know, someone's out on top taking all the kits. That's pretty cool. It's going to be a lot more fun, a lot more action. I mean, it's incredible, guys. I love the whole idea of it. That's going to create a lot more fun. And then also you still get amber from the gifts. It looks like they're also going to be increasing the amount of ancient amber that can be obtained from daily pursuits by 50% for our Primal Pass holders. That is also huge, guys. That is huge. So for any of you that actually do the daily pursuits, the first pursuit you do in the first few, you only get 2. Now you're going to get 3. But if you start doing them in a row, you start getting more and more and more. Like you actually get a decent chunk per completion. So if you've got a lot in a row, 20, 30, 40, 50 in a row, you're gonna get a lot more amber. That's a big deal. But anyways, I love this. This is gonna be a huge benefit to all of us. Much better than the ads, trust me. Next on the list, the story refresh. This is pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. Essentially what they're doing is the majority of skins, implant grafts, decor items, and colors are going to be removed from the permanent store, and they're going to be brought out week to week, at different times. So essentially, instead of being able to buy certain items any day of the week, anytime during the day, it sounds like they're going to pretty much restrict those items to when they actually allow you to buy them. Now, there's things that I do like and things that I don't like about this. Number one, the things that I do like is I trust them. This is obviously a balance related thing. And to be honest, if they're able to restrict when certain items can be purchased through the Amber store and they're able to limit and restrict it, that'll probably help them with the way they handle cheaters and exploiters and hackers, because if they know when gold collars, for example, are able to be purchased, then it's a lot easier to narrow down if someone's been cheating. Because if someone suddenly has a bunch of new gold collars during a week that they're not selling the gold collars, obviously there's cheating involved, right? So it's probably something related to that, where it just allows them to have more control over it and know when something wrong is happening. Now, the things I don't like about that is obviously the fact that now we have to be a lot more conscious about when we're purchasing certain Amber items. So if you've been saving up for a gold collar, you can't just save up and get it. You need to pick and choose and make sure you buy it when they become available. Now, I don't know how available they'll become and how that'll work. I don't know how often you'll see certain items, but hopefully it's more often than not. That's my hope, at least. Anyways, also, as you can see, they're raising the prices for some of these items, and it sounds like for most of the items in the store. That sounds like a bad thing. It's a good thing. Let me tell you why. If they're raising the prices for all of their Amber related items, that means they're expecting us to be able to get more Amber with this new system they have. So instead of the Amber we currently get from ads, we're going to be getting Amber from supply drops. If they're raising prices, that means they're assuming that we're going to get more Amber from the supply drops than we do from ads. That's just another bit of evidence that these supply drops with the 1 in 4 giving us Amber is going to be huge. It's going to be such a good thing, guys. I'm excited for that. It's going to be incredible. Now, next on the list, guys, and for all of you that have watched me before and that know me as a player, you know this one I really hold dear to my heart. This is the war on cheats, the war on hacks. Basically, the fact that they are dealing with hackers and cheaters. Essentially, what this says is that they are dealing with it. They are fighting it. They're not announcing every little thing they do. And the reason for that is simple, because when there's people that are trying to create hacks for the game, and the people that are creating the hacks, guys, they're making money. You really want to know how to beat the hacks? Stop buying the hacks. If the people that made the hacks didn't actually make money because nobody would buy their hacks, they'd stop making the hacks. So that's really how you fix it. But regardless of that, in terms of just the game, the programming, all that stuff, it's going to be a continuous battle. But as we go on, the developers are not going to announce every little thing they do, because they don't want those hacker developers, essentially is what you call them. They don't want to give them any insight as to their next steps and what the hackers could change in their code to allow the hacks to still work, right? Because as soon as the developers for Ark Mobile make an update that corrects the hack, you don't want the hackers to have the next step and immediately be able to fix their hack and make it work again. So essentially what this whole section though is saying is that they are fighting it, they are fighting the hacks and the cheats. They just aren't going to tell us every single step along the way. And next on the list, guys, is the official servers. This whole section basically talks about the servers they're phasing out, the servers they're phasing in, bunch of different stuff. It's a list of the servers, but the big thing here, guys, the big thing is they are bringing in official PvP duo servers. That is amazing, guys. That is incredible. You have no idea. And on top of that, alliances are turned off. Guys, I run a solo duo unofficial server for Ark Mobile, but I can't turn alliances off because the settings on the back end don't allow me to do it. Now the alliances are off. It's an official server. They're only going to do it in the easy difficulty to start. So that's one thing to note. They're going to have 4 duo servers, the 4 different regions, but they're going to all be easy difficulty. Try limit size 2. No alliances. You can transfer in and out. I did verify that. I asked the developers, I said, hey, can we transfer into that, or is it going to be brand new characters for everybody? And he said, no, transfers will be on just like when small tribes started out. But still, that's so cool, guys. It's going to be so much fun playing on a duo server. I can't wait. That is amazing. That's seriously awesome. Now, on top of that, guys, they're going to be doing a Survival Surge event starting Friday, March 19th and lasting through the weekend. That is a great thing. That's going to help everyone get started on the duo servers and any other servers. Also, it says 4 times harvesting for that. It's going to be a special one. It doesn't specifically say bonus experience points, but survival surge usually means harvesting and experience. If it is both and they have extra experience points, like a 4 times instead of the regular amount, or 3 times or whatever it is, whatever it normally is, if it's more like what they're doing with the harvesting, that is awesome. And I highly suggest you focus on leveling a character during that weekend if they are in fact doing that. But still, this is awesome to hear. They're getting into some different types of official servers. They're going to be doing duos. That is awesome. And then the list, of course, the different servers being phased out. Make sure you note that in case the server you currently play on is on that list. Now, the next thing to talk about, guys, and this is the one you've all been waiting for, is the idea of a new map for Ark Mobile. It is time to talk about it, guys. It's time to talk about it. Up until now, every little thing they've said about the new map for Ark Mobile is essentially nothing at all. They've said, we haven't released anything. There's been no updates for a new map. We don't have any plans at the moment for a new map. At this moment in time, that is not the response they are having. Okay, so I'm an Ark Mobile partner. I'm an official Ark Mobile partner as a content creator. I don't have any more pull than anybody else. I don't have any insights, anything more in terms of insights than anybody else. However, I am just part of a private chat room where I can chat with other partners and developers. Okay, guys. After this update was announced in the chat room, there were some conversations going on. Okay, and at one point, one of the other partners said, "Hey, is there going to be a new map coming with this update or anytime really soon?" And this was Jordan's response: "No new map news to report yet. Yet. Keyword yet." Guys, in the past they've always said no new news. There's nothing in the plans. I wouldn't plan on a new map. That's always been their approach in the past, every single time. The fact that he specifically though says no news to report yet means that obviously it's in their plans at this point. It isn't. We always figured they're planning on releasing a new map at some point, right? But it was never spoken about directly. Now he's saying no new news yet. In other words, there will be at some point, just not yet. Okay. This also led to some more conversations in the chat room I told you about. One of the guys ended up asking them, okay, so are we going to get it then the next anniversary? Because I thought this would have been the, when we get the new map is the anniversary update. His response to that, guys, his response was that this isn't the 3rd anniversary update. This is the spring update. Our anniversary is in June. What? Guys, that does that mean that the anniversary update in June is when we might get a new map? Is that the possibility? I don't know. I don't have any more insight than the rest of you, but that's just what I'm speculating. Now, I asked him in the DMs, I asked him about the word yet, okay? His response was, "I'm not trying to specifically tease a new map, but if you want to read between the lines, I hope the opening paragraph makes it clear that we intend to support this game for a long time to come." Mind blown, guys. Mind blown. He's basically saying, again, I'm not specifically trying to tease a new map. That's not something we're quite ready to give news about yet. However, if you read the first paragraph, we want to support this game for years to come. And we're talking about no new map news yet. We know a new map must be released in order to keep the game alive. That's what they obviously know. And at this point, it sounds like that is something that they're in the process of doing. They've got to be in the process of making a new map. I mean, a year ago, they would have said there's nothing planned at this time. Now they're saying no news to report yet. If you want to read between the lines, we want to do this for many years to come. They're basically, without saying it, they're saying that they're in the middle of working on it. No timeline created yet, but for all we know, maybe we get a new map on the 3rd anniversary update. That would make sense considering the fact that the dungeon was, the first dungeon was released during an anniversary update. That's when they created the dungeons, was during an anniversary update. So if they really want to create a banger of a 3rd anniversary, a new map would do just that. I mean, that would be incredible. Now, my guess, this is speculation, guys, my guess is if we're going to get a new map in the anniversary update in June, we would likely get a teaser of some sort after this update, so probably April or May at the latest would be my guess. Again, this is this is just speculation. I have no more insight than the rest of you. If it's going to be later than that, we'll probably get a teaser. We'll probably get a teaser after that update, if it's going to be after that. Again, just a guess. So now just to speculate a little more, in my opinion, there's going to be a new map. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Now, considering the fact that we're going to get a new map, let's speculate about which map it's going to be. You know, what kind of map are we going to get? To do this, let's look at a Twitter post from January of 2020. This is before COVID. Back in January 2020, one of the main guys, the head guy essentially of the dev team, posted this poll on Twitter saying this is non-binding. We just want to get an idea of what the community wants for our next big project to be for Ark Mobile. The three options were an engine update, which is supposed to improve the graphics and performance, a new 2x2 skirmish map, or King of the Hill mode. Let's just drop King of the Hill mode. Don't even think about it. Engine update. What have they been doing for the past year? They've been working on improving things with the game, the functionality, bugs, exploits, hacks, graphics and performance, all that type of stuff. Honestly, I don't know. They did an entire engine update. I don't think they did, last I checked. But for all we know, they've made updates on the back end. If we're talking about a new map, though, when they talked about a potential new map, their go-to was a 2x2 kilometer skirmish map. For all of you that haven't played PC before and don't watch YouTubers who play PC version of Ark Genesis, okay, is essentially a map that's made up of 5 smaller maps. Ark Genesis is literally 5 maps in one. They're smaller. They're kind of like 2x2 in a way, maybe 3x4, 3x3, 2x3. That's what they are. Now, if I was a betting man and I were to put some money down, I would bet that when Ark Mobile releases a new map, they're going to utilize something from the Genesis maps. That's what I would bet on. I bet they would use one of the Genesis maps, or maybe this is shooting. This is a bold prediction. Maybe they use something from Genesis 2. I mean, no one knows what that's going to have yet in terms of the maps. Maybe they use something like that. If I were to take a hard guess, I'd say either the volcanic, or maybe the bog, if we're lucky, or maybe the ocean. One of those 3 out of the snow region out of the first Genesis, right? I would not expect the lunar region, but one of those regions you could take and make into an Ark Mobile map, and then just, you know, pick and choose which creatures are going to be on the map. They don't have to use all of the Genesis creatures. They can put other creatures on the map. But if you think about it, it took them a long time to turn the island into a mobile functioning game for a map. It would take them a long time to use any of the other large maps, whether it's Scorched Earth, Ragnarok, Extinction, Aberration, any of those maps, the center, any of those maps would take a lot of time to turn into a mobile version, which they could very well be doing. That might be what they're doing. But the fact that they specifically, before COVID, before all this pandemic stuff, their go-to for a new map was a 2x2, in other words, a smaller version of a map. Genesis fits that. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Genesis map. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. I love this spring update. I love the fact that there's probably going to be a new map pretty soon for Ark Mobile. If you did enjoy this content, if you want to support me, hit that like button. It would really help me out. And subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I do all sorts of games, including Ark Mobile, of course, and I would love to have you join the community. My name is Dark, and I will see you next time.